2nd Ezra chapter 7. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then can go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it, if he went not through the narrow? How could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things, and is set in a dangerous place. There were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them.
Matthew 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God.
Yahawashi, Yahawah, Yahawashi.
Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations, scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash. Want to give double honors to others and the apostles. Great millstone led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, wouldn't this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5. It is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. Yahawah is the name of the Heavenly Father who everybody ignorantly calls God in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. And Bahasham means in the name of. And Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel from the tribe of Judah, who is a so-called Negro who was slain at the foundations of the earth for the salvation of Israel. So Lord, when this be edifying to the flock, we're going to get into a lesson. The title is Hundreds of Monkeys Rampage Against Local Town. It's really happened. Like some Planet of the Apes. Right? Then Russia proposes invading 5 NATO countries. And other various end-time topics, as I always do as usual. Lord, when this be edifying to the flock. Shalom to everybody on the comment board. Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. So we're going to get into this. We're going to see what the Lord's judgment was for the day. You know, some stuff happened a day ago, whatnot. But we're going to get into it. I'm going to put in some precepts. Try not to make it too long for you. So injuries mount as hundreds of monkeys band together and go on a rampage against the local town. Right? So the first days of October 2023 bring terror to Bajali, a city in India. So the Lord is judging the Ishmaelites, okay, which are the so-called Arabians, okay? When you look into Psalms 83, talks about them coming into conspiracy with Esau Edom to make sure Israel comes no more in remembrance. Residents in the area recently saw an increase in attacks on humans by monkeys. While it may seem a little silly, the reality is that monkeys are very dangerous creatures. This troop of 100 to 200 monkeys, 200 monkeys has been venturing into the city and invading homes in search of food. What did it say about the creatures? They will be moved out of their places because they're these heathens is jacking up the earth. Okay, so now these monkeys are going through the city and they searching for food, man. They attack humans, getting in their way with sharp teeth and claws. Several people ended up in the hospital after the attacks. Farmers have been unable to work in their coconut and betel nut crops due to the monkeys. They have even caused damage to buildings in the area. It's the Planets of the Apes for real, man. This is like, man, you don't trust in Yahawashi? How so? Why would you not? Like, we literally see in the movies literally come to life. I don't know how many Planet of the Apes movies they got. This happened this month. Okay? So let's learn more about these monkeys and why they are attacking. Look, he's sitting over there posted up next to the false god. Yahawashi did that, man. Alright? That's all from Yahawashi, man. Okay? I ain't talking about let's learn more about the monkeys. We don't need to know nothing about the monkeys. We need to know about what Yahawashi said about how he controls all the animals and all the people on the planet. That's what we want to know. That's what we're here for. We're here to see, man, look at the war. Look what the Lord doing. Man. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of Yahawashi, man. You got this stuff going on and people still don't want to serve the Lord, man. That's how you know he's making them do that. He don't want them to know. Because anybody in their damn right mind, you got 10 monkeys come in your house and take all your damn shit, you gonna call on something, okay? You gonna call on one of them false gods, or you gonna call on Yahawashi. Alright? We know this. This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 22, and it reads, I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children and destroy your cattle. They said that the farmers couldn't what? They couldn't farm because they destroying their shit and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate, man. He sent 200 monkeys through that motherfucking town, man. Y'all want to keep playing with Yahawashi, y'all unbelievers out there? I ain't talking about the ones that do believe. Shalom to everybody on the comment board. Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. You know, like I always say. But, you know, these unbelievers, man, I'm telling you, they in for a rude awakening. Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. And it reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made them? Yahawah, right? Verse 29, right? Hold on. Fire and hail and famine and death, these were created for vengeance. This is to avenge the elect. That's why he's got these monkeys running through there. Right? Verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts. What did it say? It said he was tearing through them with their teeth and attacking them. And scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Right? Verse 31. They shall rejoice in his commandments. See, they're glad to do this for the Lord. And they shall be ready upon earth. Right? When need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. And he told 200 monkeys, go through this town in India and destroy everything. Take all their food, man. And they did it. And they're glad to do it. But what did it say in Job? It said that if you're of the elect, you're not going to fear. You're not going to have fear of the animals because they're going to be at peace with you. So I want to read a little bit of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11 that kind of deals with how he's going to deal with Egypt, which we know is America, Babylon the Great. This is basically the new Egypt, the bondage is, but he's also relaying this to the other 16 nations, okay, that have put Israel with Esau, Edom. But we want to deal with this and show that, you know, these things are coming to all the heathen. So, I'm going to read this, and I'm going to read a little bit, and now I want to go into the Good News translation and kind of paraphrase it, okay, like break it down, you know, so you can see what it's really saying. Because some stuff in this passage, you know, you want to get a better understanding. So this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11, verse 1. She prospered their works in the hand of the Holy Spirit. They went through the wilderness that was not inhabited and pitched tents in the places where there lay no way, right? They stood against their enemies and were avenged against their adversaries. When they were thirsty, they called upon thee, and the water was given them out of the flinty rock, and their thirst was quenched out of the hard stone. Who's that? Who was that for? Who did the Lord do that for? Israel, right? And we know that Jacob's name was turned to Israel, right? Verse 5, for by what things their enemies were punished, by the same they in their need were benefited. For instead of a perpetual running river troubled with foul blood, for a manifest reproof of that commandment whereby the infants were slain, thou givest unto them abundance of water by a means which they hoped not for, declaring by that thirst when thou hast punished their adversaries, right? We're going to break it down. Give me a second. Bear with me. For when they were tried, albeit, but in mercy chastised, right? They knew how the ungodly were judged in wrath and tormented. That's why it says, consider the days old, thirsting in another manner than the just. For these thou didst admonish and try as a father, but the other as a severe king thou didst condemn and punish, right? Whether they were absent or present, they were vexed alike. For double grief came upon them, and a groaning for the remembrance of things past, right? What's remembrance? If you remembering the things past, that means that you was there. We was all there, man. We was doing something. For when they heard by their own punishments the other to be benefited, they had some feeling of the Lord, for whom they respected with scorn, when he was long before thrown out at the casting forth of the infants. Him in the end, when they saw what came to pass, they admired. But for the foolish devices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived, they worship serpents, right? They worship false gods, all type of idols. You know, you had even the northern tribe, they had a whole bunch of, like, you know, the wolf spirit and all these different spirits, and they were worshiping these things, man. Even our own people were doing this, okay? Void of reason and vile beasts, thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance. What that sound like? 200 monkeys, man, that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also he shall he be punished. This is simple. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, one or not means to sin among the multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown beasts, full of rage, newly created, breaking out with a fiery vapor or filthy sense of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them, right? Yea, and without these might they have fallen down with one blast, being persecuted of vengeance and scattered abroad through the breath of power. But thou hast ordained or ordered all things in measure and number and weight. So we're going to go take this and we're going to put this in the Good News translation, and we're going to break it down to you really what it's saying. You know, because some stuff you can get it at face value. Some stuff is good to go really break it down. You know, and I really like the Good News translation that it had for it. So I want to bring those first 20 verses up. So, and this is another way to show that when it talked about her, and remember I said in verse 1, it says she. Who's she? The woman Israel, just like it says in Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. The woman Israel. When you look in the Good News translation, wisdom led the Israelites through the desert. See? It's talking about Israel. Right? So let's read it. Wisdom brought success to the people of Israel through a holy prophet. They traveled across the desert where no one lived and camped in places where no human being had ever been. And 2/3 still didn't believe. They stood up to their enemies and fought them off. When your people grew thirsty, they called to you, Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and you gave them water flowing out of solid rock. And what did it say the Lord was? He said he was a solid foundation. He was the head cornerstone. So how do you think we're getting water now? Through this truth, right? When your people grew thirsty, they called to you, Lord. You gave them a flowing water out of a solid rock. That's that cornerstone. The disasters that punished the Egyptians, which is now today, Esau, even the so-called white man and people, when they were in trouble. See? That's what he's going to do again. He's going to do it again. The punishment of the Egyptians. See? Because those enemies decreed that the babies of your people should be killed. And when did they do that? When King Herod ordered that, when Yahawashi fled into Egypt. Right? To get away. Okay? That's what they did. They fled into Egypt with Mary and Joseph whenever he tried to put all the firstborn killed. Right? You stirred up the sources of their ever-flowing river and made it foul with blood. In the desert, you let your people go thirsty, to give them a taste of how you had punished their enemies. And then, when they least expected it, you gave them plenty of water. When they were being tested, even though it was a merciful discipline, they learned how wicked people were tortured when you judged them in anger. See, we learned that stuff. You tested your people as parents tested their children to warn them. See, the Lord's warning us what not to do in this time. But you judged their enemies like a stern king and condemned them. They suffered, whether they were near your people or far from them. Don't matter where you at. You're going to get the judgment of the Lord. Their sorrow was double, that double cup. They groaned as they looked back on what had happened. When they learned that their punishment had been of the benefit to your people, they realized that it was your work. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. The Egyptians had refused to have anything to do with that man who, long before as a baby, who's they talking about, Yahawashi, had been thrown out and exposed. But as things out, they came to be amazed at him. Talking about Yahawashi. The righteous never suffered a thirst like theirs, right? We don't have a thirst like theirs because we know righteousness, right? Their wickedness misled them into silly ideas so that they worship snakes and other disgusting animals, and that's what they did in Egypt. That's what they do today. Okay? Paganism. Creatures without any powers of reason. Because of this, you punished them with millions of such animals. I don't know, like 200 monkeys going in there and jacking your shit up, and taught them that punishment for your sin takes the same form as the sin itself. So whatever sin you commit, the Lord's going to bring that upon you. That's why it says the tongue is the most dangerous thing, because you're literally speaking your own demise when you do shit. Okay? Because you say stuff before you're gonna do it. Your almighty power, Lord, created the world out of material that had no form at all. You could easily have punished those people by sending an invasion of bears or savage lions. You could have created new and terrible animals that would breathe fire or roar and send out clouds of smoke or shoot out fearful sparks from their eyes. You could have made animals like these that would not have to attack those people to kill them, but could scare them to death just by looking at them. It's talking about men's hearts falling them for fear, right? That's part of those precepts. But this was not necessary. You could have pursued them with your justice and struck them dead with the slightest hint of your power. But you have what? What did he chose to do? You have chosen to measure, count, and weigh everything you do. And that's what the Lord does. What did he say? He said he could have sent 1,000 monkeys, but he just sent 200 of them. He's doing it all in measure. He's doing it in measurement, so there's no excuse once you're taken off the planet. There ain't no excuse. It's Jeremiah. And this is what he's doing for the elect right here. How much more for the heathens? He's judging them in measurement too. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 11. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, Yahawah, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. Yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished, man. So you got to be careful what you're doing. Shalom, Maki, Habasam, you know, and I want to read this because that's how I was talking about. We ain't got to worry about it. This is brother Mawah to Adawam, the water for the precept. Job chapter 5, verse 22, verse 23. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither thou shalt be afraid of the beasts of the earth, and thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. See, that's what we ain't got to worry about. Planet of the Apes, you know. But if you don't trust your Yahawashi, hey, your ass is through, okay? So, you know, we're going to get into this second article. But that was very edifying for me just to see that, you know. That's literally the Planet of Apes. They got monkeys running all through that thing right now, jacking they shit up. And that's what them Ishmaelites get, okay, for going against the people of Israel. We don't feel sorry for them. So now we're going to go over here. We're going up into... We're going to jump into this. We're going to just read a little bit. But it says, U.S. alarmed by China's big steps in America's backyard. So let's read about this a little bit. I'm going to read about a couple more things, and then we're going to get into precepts. United States is worried about China's growing geopolitical clout in the Latin American, which is the northern tribe, right? And has pressed Peru to rethink major Chinese stakes in critical infrastructure. See, this is that beast. That beast turning on America, Babylon the Great, their own people, U.S. officials, and I'm not talking about like the people in the Latin tribe that are poor like us, but I'm talking about the ones that are, actually helping run stuff, and people like the Peru is part of that beast system. They're starting to change their mindset on, whose side they need to be on. U.S. officials raised their unease directly with the Peruvian government, highlighting specific risks associated with acquisitions by the Chinese state-owned companies of Limba's power grid and a mega port project in the country's Pacific coast. According to the Financial Times, one U.S. Official told the paper on the big geostrategic issues, the Peruvian government is not sufficiently focused on analyzing the benefits and threats to the country. The magnitude of the problem is that China's inroads into the region was captured in moments by General Laura Richardson, head of U.S. Southern Command, who told Newsweek in a recent interview they're on the 20-yard line in the red zone to our homeland. All right? They're right here. That's what they're saying. They're here. Okay, they're right here. Okay, they're 20 yards away from destroying everything. Okay, that's what they're saying. They're saying they're close. Okay, and they're worried about it, and they should. So we're gonna go off that. Then we're gonna go to this next article, Salakia. Salakia from my internet messing up. It does that regularly. It's been doing that lately. So U.S. shoots down armed drone flown by NATO ally Turkey. So they shot their own drone down. And what did it talk about? I want to add this. This is what's going to cause them to turn against America, Babylon the Great. This is some of the stuff that's gonna cause them. They shooting their own stuff down. Okay. This is Psalms. I want to do that one. Yeah, I haven't done that one before. So let me do this one. Last time I used the other one. Psalms chapter 5 verse 10. Yeah, I want to use that one. Lord putting the spirit on me to go ahead and add this too. And it reads, destroy them, O power, which is Yahawah, let them fall by their own counsels, cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. See, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to do this to these other nations, man. Okay, and he's also going to do it to 2/3. They have rebelled against Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's what this is saying right now. Okay, and they're going to rebel because the U.S. is shooting their own stuff down. So we'll just read a little bit. An American F-16 shot down an armed Turkish drone after it flew too close to U.S. forces in northeast Syria and ignored the warnings to stay away. And that's showing that they already starting to question America, Babylon the Great, and starting to test them as well. Officials said it was the first time U.S. had shut down an aircraft from Turkey, a NATO ally. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Okay? That's a big deal. We're not going to get too much into it, but that's showing that this beast system is parting from America, Babylon the Great, okay? And they're starting to test them, okay? And they're trying to see how really about they are, before things change. Because we know in the scriptures it says that they're going to turn on America, Babylon the Great. We're going to pull that up in a second, but I want to pull up one more article. And then we're going to read that. And then So this is Russian official proposes invading 5 NATO countries, right? So we'll just read a little bit of this, but we're going to get into what the precepts say. What do the precepts say? What's going to happen? That's what we want to do. So in the official Ukrainian region, which Moscow claims to annex and said Russia should try to take territory that was formerly part of Russian Empire through the might of weapons, in September 2022, Zapor Izazira, Salaki, if I said that wrong, was one of the 4 Ukrainian regions that Vladimir Putin claimed to have annexed, the others being Kherson, Luhansk, and Donetsk. I don't know how to be saying their names, man. Although Moscow does not fully control any of them. But the top Kremlin insisted the official in the Oblast, I don't know how to say his name, Yevgeny Baltisky, said Russia should also have its eye on Baltic states, as well as Poland and Finland, all of which are NATO countries. Now, there was a video that I did a land back on. One of the elders, Elder Menata Zatbach, he did a video. It was, let me see if I can pull it up. It was, hold on. This is gonna be, it's gonna be something interesting. Cause they just suggested that, right? Well, there's right here. This is a video that I did a land back on about like 5-6 months ago, and the brothers was bringing this up. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Bear with me. It's literally going to tell you they're going to attack Poland. Just give me a sec. It's taking a second to load. Come on now. Let me see if I can take that off. Come on. Let me see if I can bear with me. Esau Salty. Come on, E. Let me play my video, man. I might have to just play it from my phone and just show it so you can hear it. I'm about to pull it up right now.
Alexa.
Yep, I'm gonna just pull it up from my phone. Salakia. I'm gonna put it up on my phone so you can see on the screen. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, right here, right?
When will World War III start?
World War III starts on November 23, 2023 at 6:05 p.m. when Russia launches an attack against Germany.
See? So that's like, you know, that's like around the time that you know, that's around the time that they're putting this out there, okay? Okay, they're putting this out there right around that time. And we know Germany is one of those beast systems. But we're gonna put in some scriptures and show what's gonna happen. And I want to just look up something real quick. Basically, Germany became in NATO on May 5th, 1955. So they're in NATO too. Okay? And they're suggesting, attacking these 5 countries, okay? And one of them is Poland, one of them is, those countries over there, Germany and whatnot. Okay, so I want to put in a couple precepts about this and then move on. But you can see that they're suggesting about attacking these people. And what does Siri say? Around November, which is what? Next month, man. So we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 7. Right? This is the Lord finna send upon these terrible nations. It's just kind of like, letting you see where it's going. Behold, Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 7. Behold, therefore I will send strangers upon thee. And how is that? After they start gaining control of these other nations, and really a lot of these other nations are going to be a guard unto Russia. All these other beasts, America, Babylon the Great, in the end, right? So behold, I will bring. Therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee. That's all those nations. The terrible of the nations, they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. And that's what they're going to do. They're all going to come against this place, and we're going to pull it up right here, Revelation, chapter 17. Verse 6. So they're talking about attacking each other right now, but in the end, they're going to turn on America, Babylon the Great. Oh, and it's actually 17, verse 16. Yeah, it's like it. 17, verse 16. Boom. All right. So it says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast," which is these nations that they're talking about attacking, "these shall eat the whore, make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire," with those intercontinental ballistic missiles. So they're all going to turn on America, Babylon the Great, because America, Babylon the Great shooting their own damn allies. And I'm telling you right now, the other NATO countries are seeing that. Okay, they're seeing that, and they're considering what they're going to do. Okay, because they've been all waiting to get their hands on America, Babylon the Great, because the so-called white man has been a bully to everybody in the world, man. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 17. Okay, they're going to end up turning on this place. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 17. "Also Edom," Edom, so-called white man, "shall be a desolation. Everyone that passeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof." That's what's coming. It even says it right here. Lord made sure you know what was going on. Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 13. He lets you know several times that this is going to happen. Because of the wrath of the Lord, right? Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 13. "It shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon," which we know is America, Babylon the Great, "shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues," man. This is simple, okay? Okay, and what did it say? The Lord said whatever happened to Israel was going to happen to them. And this happened to us, okay? Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 7. Right? And it reads, "And I will make void the counsel of Judah and Jerusalem," talking about Israel in this place, "and I will cause them to fall by the sword before their enemies." See, it happened to us, and we the chosen people of the Lord. What you think ain't going to happen to Esau, Edom? "And by the hands of them that seek their lives," talking about the other 17 nations, "and their carcasses I will give to be meat for fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth." This is what happened to us, man. This got to happen to them. Okay, and it's going to be on a worse scale. He said he's going to give them a double cup. Verse 8, "And I will make this city desolate and hissing, and everyone that passes by thereby shall be astonished and hiss at all the plagues thereof." And that's what they do to us today. They look at us and feel like we worthless. They're disgusted with us. You know, all the reason why they want us around is because they want us to work for them. Okay? So fuck them. Okay? In the spirit, we ain't fucking with them. You know, and in the flesh, we'll be kind and whatnot, but that don't mean that we like your ass. Okay? Straight up. So now we're gonna go over here, and this is dealing with a Judite woman. Okay, she was hanging from a tree in her yard. Okay, and has a community outrage seeking answers. So you know, we not sure what happened to this young woman, but we know that it was judgment from the Lord. It could be what they say it is, and it could be not what it says it is. Okay. So we got to consider the whole matter when we're dealing with stuff like this. But it's to show that, you know, the judgment of the Lord will come on anybody, man. Okay? And he's going to do it publicly. So it says the hanging death of Yolanda Lubrin last week has family members and community advocates furious and demanding answers from local leaders and law enforcement. She was 31 years old. She was my name, who went by the name Yo-Yo. Was found hanging from a tree in her yard last Thursday. She was cut down by Orlando police officers, according to the police department. Though the investigation is going on, an official autopsy hasn't been released. Police say that signs point to suicide and not foul play. But we know how these demons is. They're 4th of July, so we don't know what happened to her, but we know this. We know one thing, that you women out there that has this mindset that is wicked, the Lord is going to judge you publicly, man. We might not know the whole story, but we know what the Lord said. What did he say about women who don't want to trust Yahawashi? What did he say? Because he ain't going to let a righteous woman end up in that kind of situation, Lord willing. You know, I don't see why he would do that. He would just set you up with a man of the Lord and you'd be taken care of him. You wouldn't be in that kind of situation. Isaiah chapter 32 verse 11, especially before Jacob's trouble. But it says this, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird your sackcloth upon your loins. Right? They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. Okay, and especially for the Judite woman, she's feeling it. Okay, she's feeling the what the Judite man feels. Okay, we're getting hit the most. Okay, we're going through the most up because we were supposed to be the head tribe of Israel. Okay, and you know I'm pretty sure I believe I'm Judah because my dad, he's very dark. Okay, and he's from Greenville, Mississippi. You know, so that's what I believe. But until then, till the day comes, I don't know. This is what I believe, and especially the experiences that I have had in life have been very tremendous at times. So this is just showing, like, you know, the Lord is going to bring judgment upon women, man, who are not following the Lord's commandments, and that's supposed to take care of a man, you know, the Lord. Verse 13, upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses in the joyous city. That's talking about America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and what else does it say? What else does he say about women? What else he say? Romans chapter 1 verse 28, and this applies to women and men. This one right here, right? Romans chapter 1 verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So if it was her who actually committed suicide, then the Lord did that. He gave her over to a reprobate mind, and she did that, man. You see? So you can't play around with the Lord. He'll give you over to a spirit that'll have you doing something crazy, man. We got to make sure that we stick with Bahasham, Yahawashi. Job chapter 12 verse 6. And he will give you over to a reprobate mind if you are, you know, if you are you know, in wickedness. Okay, so let's do this. Job chapter 12 verse 6. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, right? And they that provoke the Most High are secure, into whose hand the Most High bring abundantly, right? Only for a time being. Okay, but actually, no, I want to bring this up. I want to bring that up in a second. Okay, that's going to deal with another article that I got doing. let me show you. Let me show you this one first. Sirach chapter 26, verse 23. I want to stay on topic. No, wait, that was right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is the part that I want to bring up. Also with this to put in some precepts with, but it says woman shot dead with machine gun in revenge attack over assault at Glastonbury Festival. So she must have been a wicked woman, man. She must have did something wicked. Okay, she must have did something wicked. But I want to go pull this up real quick and put this a part of that. We'll go back to that in a second. This is the one I wanted to pull up. I meant to put that other scripture up in a second concerning another article that's pretty serious. So Sirach chapter 26 verse 23, which is Ecclesiasticus, it reads, a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. So if you are a man who is coming across wicked women on a regular basis, you need to check yourself. Okay, because a wicked woman is not going to be attracted towards a holy man. Okay, and that's why us as men of the Lord, we're glad that we don't have these wicked women coming after us and trying to hang out with us and trying to be around us. Okay, we have very few women try to approach us. Okay, and we like it like that because why? Because there's many wicked women on the earth. So if you got a whole bunch of women trying to holler at you, it's more than likely chances you're a wicked man. Okay, we don't want to be put in that position where we're wicked with them. So, because they're getting judged severely, and just like that woman that got judged out there at that festival, she must have committed adultery, man. Don't man come out there woman was mercilessly shot dead with a submachine gun by a foot soldier. Okay, and the message to her boyfriend after a fight. See? Right? She was being wicked, man. Out there messing around, man. You got hit with the tech. Okay? Lord's not playing, man. He will take your ass out, man. Don't play with Yahawashi. So this is another thing I want to bring up before I get down to the last. I got two more articles and then we out of here. Biblical end times fears drop as natural disasters increase. So people are starting to be less fearful as natural disasters increase. So we're just gonna read a little bit, but we're gonna show you what the precepts are how it's tying up to this, why this is happening. Okay. So the percentage of America Babylon the Great-agans, that's what I like to call them, who believe that the earth is approaching the end time. See, they know what's up. Has dropped significantly since the evidence shows that natural disasters are stronger and occurring more frequently. A study published on Wednesday, the public region, and this is really just supposed to be a stumbling block for them to get caught lacking. So a study published on Wednesday by the Public Region Research Institute found that 35% of Americans believe that the severity of recent natural disasters is proof that the globe could be approaching a catastrophic end. References the end of times by the Bible. The number has dropped by 14% since 2014, when 49% of Americans believed that the earth was nearing an end of the times, compared to 47% who disagreed. 7 years later, the number of people who disagree the earth is nearing the end of times has jumped to 63%. So the Lord is putting everybody in their lot. They got people thinking that this place is gonna last forever. They got more than half of us out here. Half of of these people out here. These people, they not believing that something's coming, man. Okay, because Amalek, they know what's coming. Okay, that's why they fuck out of here. That's why they're not even over here. Okay, they know what's coming. Okay, so I don't want to read too much about it, but I want to put in some precepts about this and show where in the scriptures how he said this was going to be. It's exactly the scriptures. Second Esdras. This is literally an article like right out the scriptures. That's what he's talking about. It come right out the Bible. These people know the word, man. They know the word, but they don't understand it. So this is Second Esdras 16 verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And they confuse. Okay? They confuse. They don't understand that all these catastrophic events is coming from Yahawashi. He said in Amos. He said in Amos. Let me just pull it up. Because I was listening to another brother yesterday said if you mention it, you want to try to pull it up sometimes. But I'll be pulling up a lot of stuff, so don't be trying to take too much of your time. So if there's evil, I think it's Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Pretty sure. Yup, that's what it is. It's in my head. Call on Yahawashi. Yup. Oh, it's verse 6. Verse 7 though shows you that he's revealing it to the prophets. So it's verse 6. Let's go ahead and read it. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people shall not be afraid? Who's the trumpet? The elders and apostles of great millstone on down. The mouthpiece of Yahawashi, his men warning the people, warning the elect. They're not warning anybody else. We don't care about anybody else. We're warning the elect. Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? See, the Lord does it. Right? Verse 7, surely the Lord Yahawashi will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. See? So that's how we know. No, don't be thinking ain't nothing gonna happen. Something about to happen. And that's that great confusion. That's that great confusion the scriptures talk about. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish in famine, and the other that escape the hunger of the sword, that the sword shall destroy. Right? Now, I want to go in here, and over here, they're all big about the so-called, they call this place the so-called Bible Belt, right? They're just love the Lord, right? Well, let's read about this. Is witchcraft illegal in Oklahoma? Let's read about this real quick, and we're going to get into some precepts. So, he says, I actually want to go down a little bit. He says some dumb shit right here. I want to get down to the point. Talking about this is a hocus pocus time, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares about this. So obviously, the Salem witch trials occurred on the East Coast, but that doesn't mean Oklahoma didn't have any witches back in the day. We've seen the story of Oklahoma's witches' graves, right? I am sure there are many other tales of witches in Oklahoma. Some might even live among us today. I saw a video on TikTok recently about a metaphysical store owner in Pennsylvania being accused of witchcraft by the local police, and this is in 2023, not in the 1600s. Apparently, a local police officer read a local article about the store and offerings of fortune telling, which is apparently illegal in Pennsylvania. So it's illegal in Pennsylvania, but so is it illegal here? So it says, this got me wondering if witchcraft fortune telling is illegal in Oklahoma. I did a quick search. I have my answer. The short answer is that witchcraft, or the practicing of Wicca, is not illegal in Oklahoma. Wicca is considered a protected religion in the United States. So they talk about they love the Lord. Well, what did the Lord say about witches? Since they love the Lord so much, since they just such the country that's all big about the Bible, right? That's how we know this is America, Babylon the Great. But that's how we know this is the revived Roman Empire, man. They're doing shit like that, talking about it's not illegal. Then they go arrest Jake. He got 1 gram of weed in his pocket, and he smoked weed. That's witchcraft. But you can go get a Wicca board. You can go get a Wicca board and do some real wickedness with that motherfucker. And they not saying that that's illegal. 22 verse 18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. The Lord's not going to let people who are doing witchcraft live. Psalm 7:11. And this is why he's angry with the wicked every day. Because they're witches and warlocks and demons and liars, false accusers, right? Covetous boasters. Psalm chapter 7 verse 11. The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. Right? This is Sirach, chapter 12, verse 6, which is Ecclesiasticus. And it reads, for the Most High hateth sinners. That's why we are what? Offending less. Okay? Because we know we're going to have some sin in us a little bit because we're in our captivity. We can't do everything right. Sometimes we got to work on the Shabbat. But the Lord said don't be over righteous. So we got to, we still got to survive in this shithole. We still got to do stuff that we don't want to do. But it's to show us how much we need Yahawashi and his grace. That's why we're subject to hope, man. And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. So a lot of people is here just to still get punished. Now, this is something that was pretty, I wasn't expecting this, The Lord always surprises me with things every day, So it says 150 dolphins die as water hits hot tub temperature, man. So if something bad happens to the dolphins, we are next. So we got all types of stuff that's showing that what? Disaster is coming. And you got these other people talking about it's not going to happen, man. 60+% of the people over here are saying nothing's going to happen. What are you talking about? The ocean is a fucking hot tub. What are you talking about? Okay, so ocean temperatures are steadily climbing, turning coastal waters into streaming and deadly hot tubs. And this is not some loose analogy to describe the very real dangers of climate change or whatever, but this isn't climate change. This is the Lord showing that he's bringing vengeance on the earth. Okay? Earlier this year, Censor Buoys, that's like if I said that wrong, off the coast of Buoys, I think that's how you say that, off the coast of Florida, registered temperatures in excess of 100 degrees Fahrenheit around the average temperature of a literal hot tub, man. The effects of these blistering temperatures have been devastating to local marine life as well as freshwater life further inland. Okay? Most recently, more than 150 pink river dolphins died in Lake Titafi in Brazil's Amazonas state, a tragedy that's startling scientists and conversationalists. The Washington Post reports the catastrophe was likely triggered by what? They try to say climate change, but it's triggered by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi to warn the elect that he is finna to cut off man and beast. That's what he always says. He's cutting off everything in this motherfucker. Okay, that doesn't say Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi on it. Okay? If it's not worshiping his cause, on the righteous side, it's going to be destroyed. And even some people who are on the righteous side, we're going to die for his name's sake. Okay? And he's going to allow some of us to do that because he knows we're not weenies and we're going to do it if he tells us to do it. This is Job chapter 12, verse 7. This is what I wanted to bring up earlier. But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee. What are they teaching you? The conditions of the earth. What's going on in it. It said that the earth shall never be destroyed. But that doesn't mean that parts of it is not going to be destroyed. There's going to be parts that are going to be destroyed and be uninhabited forever, as it says about America, Babylon the Great. And the fowls of the air, and they shall teach thee. What are they teaching us? The conditions of what's going on, because we're connected to the animals. Verse 8, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. What? Destruction coming. Okay? That's what one of their purposes is to do, for us to see the conditions of what we're in. Okay, just like when they say if the honeybees all die, then what? Then there's no pollination going on in the earth, and then everything's going to start withering away, and everything's going to start dying. It's all a system. Okay, and the Lord has a system as well. Okay, his elect, and they're going to purge everything off this planet that is supposed to be purged, that is not of the elect. Okay, and it's going to start with Yahawashi destroying America, Babylon the Great, and then he's going to use his 144,000 elect men to come and take everything else out and put the remnant of Edom and the other 17 nations into slavery. 1 John 2 verse 18. And this is what we know. What are they teaching us? What are they teaching us? What? Little children, it is the last time, as ye have heard, that anti-Hamashiach, which means anti-anointed, shall come. And what are they doing? They're causing the fucking earth to be fucked up because that's their job. Even now, there are many anti-Mashiachs whereby we know that it is the last time. Finna be out of this thing. Shalom to everybody coming on the comment board. Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. But yeah, that's what I got for today. I got to get ready to go to the plantation. So Lord willing is edifying to the flock. Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when this be edifying those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5. It is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5 verse 42. Wa abal babal. The water for tuning in. Kwam Yasharala. May the election of may the blessing of the election be upon your household, upon your households. And Lord willing, will be able to exalt your name in Yahawashi yet another day. Lord willing. Because there ain't going to be too many days left, man. He out here cooking dolphins and everything, man. He got 200 apes doing Planet of the Apes in India. We got stuff going on right now on a daily basis. He's bringing his judgment to light. And only those hopeful elect out there, y'all sincere brothers and sisters as myself, out here still watching. So keep watching. And Lord, when we make it out of here, Shalom.